What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at something that I did not know was out yet, and when I saw, I think I pooped myself. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia series, Overhaul and Hoxie, because why not? These look awesome. I think this line has improved so much from the beginning, and these two look amazing. I can't believe that they came out this fast. I walked into FYE of all places, and I'll talk about FYE in a second, but on the side you get to see some awesome artwork that's carried over from the front of the products, of the images, or of the figures, and then on the back you do get to see Overhaul here, and I'm a little upset because you don't get the feather sword with Hawks. It kind of sucks. You'd have to get the Amazon exclusive, which is kind of dumb that they did that, because at least give us fist hands or something. I don't know. You can see that it was $24.99, which that's the only reason I bought them. If they were anything more than that, I would not have. Because usually, if you know anything about FYE, their prices are actually fucking insane. Okay? Like, insane. So, I'm very happy that I didn't have to pay that. On the side, you get the My Hero Academia. On the top, you get nothing. On the bottom here is Hawks's barcode. And then here is Overhaul. So, I'm very excited to open these. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do just that. So getting these two out of the package, these are awesome ass figures, and I'm really happy with this line, and I'm happy that it's not dead. You know, every time I think it's like, oh, he's done, he's not making any more, he releases 2 more figures or shows 2 more, and it's just like, please keep doing that. I will buy pretty much any one that you want to give. I don't do the repaints very much, but I would really like to finish the class 1A. That would be really cool. We still need quite a bit. I mean, I can't believe we didn't get Froppy yet. That would really like a Froppy. We'll talk about that more towards the end. But anyway, let's talk about these first. I don't know which one I like more. They're both pretty equal in what I think value and like condition, I guess. But I think I like Hawks a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and start with Overhaul here, and the head sculpt is spot on with the eyelashes, the eyes. The paint is very nice. His little beak, like plague mask thing, looks awesome. I would love to get his whole team. I know they'll never do that, but that would be so cool with like the big guy, the little guy, the girl. I would like that a lot. I really do like the puffy like jacket topper thing. You get his nice white tie that isn't glued on super well, but I can fix that if I really wanted to, but it's not that big a deal. I would like a dry brush on the feathers up here, or like, I don't know if they're feathers, but like the fur coat, I would like that. I might go ahead and do that myself. Same with Hulk's wings. The arms look good. They're painted nice, and obviously he has his white gloves. He's got kind of like a style posed hand on there, and then more like a pointer finger over here, which works for me. I like that. So it does look nice, and then you do go ahead and get the belt painted, and the buckles painted as well, and then the pants, and you get his ankles out, and he's got nice big white shoes. I might have a custom idea for this. I don't have the other figure that I would need here, but I might have a custom idea for this. But this looks nice. I think a little bit more paint would have went a long way with like doing a dry brush on the tops here. Maybe like paint the laces just a slightly different color. But honestly, I think just staying there, it looks nice. I do like the stark white for the gloves and the shoes and the tie. It really, quote-unquote, ties everything together very nicely. As far as accessories go, for both figures, you do go ahead and get the figure stand, so whoop-de-doo, nobody cares. But for Overhaul, you do get an interchangeable pair of hands, which I always like. You get a pair of fist hands, and guys, if you don't know my channel, I need to tell you, a pair of fist hands always does it for me. Like, oh yeah. And here is no exception. A nice pair of fist hands on a figure goes a long way. So look at that. That looks sick. I wish Hawks came with a pair of fist hands too, but unfortunately he does not. So it kind of sucks, but I really like the way that looks. So very happy that he came with a pair of fist hands. I didn't know that he was going to. For me, honestly, I think I would do the pointer finger on one and then the fist on the other. So whatever, we'll show how I'm going to display it at the end of the video. But as far as articulation goes, the head is on a double ball peg. It will look up, it'll look down, and you can pivot side to side. It's a little tight in there, so just be careful. It pivots fantastic. Look at that tilt. That's insane. So like you can get them in like those creepy poses. Definitely going to be doing that. Love that. The elbows, or the shoulders, I'm sorry. The shoulders go upwards only about that much because the coat is really hard, so it gets in the way, which means they will rotate all the way, but you do have to pull it out pretty far. No peg in there like they usually do. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrists hinge and swivel, and you can change it whatever way you want, you know, because they're on the ball hinges, so you can kind of do whatever you want with that. Just be careful with them. You don't want to break anything. The torso, he will crunch forward pretty far. That's actually really far. So he can crunch forward that far, not back very much because this is kind of a hard piece. Tilt side to side and rotate at the top and the bottom, but it's really tight, so just be careful. You do not want to break anything. The hips go outwards about that far. They'll kick down, kick forward, back. Upper thigh swivel is great. Double jointed knees. You do get a calf rotation, which you don't always get with McFarlane, so I do like that. The ankle goes up, down. I really like the sculpted ankles, by the way. I like the way they're sculpted. And then you do get a pivot and a toe hinge. So honestly, I think the articulation's really solid on this. Better than most McFarlane figures, to be honest with you. So I really like that. The head tilt is really essential for this character, so I'm very happy that we have that. And I think just you can get them in the poses that you need. I think as far as accessories go, it would have been cool to, like, I think maybe down the line they could do something like they did with One for All, how they gave like the giant effect part, because he kind of does that, so his power's a little different, but it would be pretty cool to see that down the road. But for what we got now, I think that this is more than enough. Switching over to hero number 3 or number 2, depending on where you're at in the show. Spoilers, sorry, but I mean that was a long time ago, so I'm not really gonna say that. Our number 2 hero here, Hoxe, he looks awesome, dude. This is an I can't believe we got Hawks. I really didn't think we were gonna get him anytime soon. So to get Hawks, which is one of my favorite characters, personally, I would really like a Fat Gum. I don't think we'll ever get Fat Gum, but a Fat Gum action figure would be awesome. Even if he like barely moves, I would really like that. Like just his arms and legs and maybe a swivel at the head. I'd love that. I would pay like $50 for that. But anyway, taking a look at Hawks' head here. I hate that he has the side eye, but honestly, it kind of works for Hawks. So it's hard to say that I don't like it because it does kind of work for him. I really like the hair. It's very pointy and it's sculpted very nice. He has this like upper frill thing that he always has. And then obviously the jacket has the nice fur on it. And you do get the design inside of the jacket, which is nice. So I really do like that. Sorry about all the paint on my fingers, but I just finished a custom. The jacket is sculpted very nicely. I really like the color that they chose for it. And then the legs with the baggy pants look very nice. And then you get his shoes that are sculpted. Kind of weird. I'm not really sold on how they sculpted the boots, to be honest with you. But, you know, not the end of the world. But I do like the way that the pants are sculpted. And then the gloves look nice as well. I just wish that he came with a pair of fist hands because we don't get the feather sword. I'm really tempted to buy the Amazon exclusive one. I don't know. We'll see. But what I do like are the wings here. They look awesome. Really like the wings here. I actually think I'm going to do a dry brush on it just because I think the sculpt on these is awesome, and I think a little bit of paint would go a long way on them. So they are very nice. They're a little hard and brittle, so kind of be a little careful, but I really like the long feathers on them, and they look really nice on his back. So I'm very happy about that. I think down the road we might get like one with the wings out. I think that would be cool. But for me, honestly, this is good enough. So I don't really feel like I need that. As far as articulation goes, the wings themselves will hinge great. They'll swivel and kind of rotate. So you can get the wings to do pretty much anything. Just be careful because the peg is a little tight at certain spots. The only thing I'll say about these figures are they're really tight when you get them out, but once you move things around, it'll help. The pivot, again, crazy on this. Rotation, the hinge goes up, down, rotate 360. The wing won't get in the way. Rotate 360. No, kind of like a little bit of a shift there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist hinge and swivel any which way you want them to, so that's nice. Then the diaphragm joint, the diaphragm joints, plural. Great motion forward. Let's move the wings out of the way. Great motion back. Like that. Pivot side to side so you can get them in all these dynamic flying poses. I like that a lot. The hips move outwards about splits. I like that. He will kick forward about that far. I just wouldn't leave it like that for a while. Back. Upper thigh rotation is very minimal, unfortunately. And for him, you do get single jointed knees because of the way that the pants are designed, but I'm okay with that. That actually looks really nice in terms of aesthetic. So, and it's not terrible range. It's about a little more than 90. It's good enough for me, for Hawks. And then the ankles will rotate. They'll go up, down, pivot, and a toe joint. So, I like that. I think what would have been really cool is if we got a hinge at the elbow of the wings. I think that would have been really nice. Or the wrist, I guess it would be. Yeah, it would be the wrist. Because this would be the shoulder. I actually don't know. I don't know how it works with like an angel type character. But I really do like that. But I am going to put a dry brush on him. So we'll see what that looks right now. And I gotta say, I like the way that it turned out. Looks very nice. I added a lot to the figure. It's not showing up on camera as well as I hoped, but I really like the dry brush on there. It really adds to the sculpt. So I really do like the way that that looks. I also went ahead and added a little dry brush to the top of the coat here. So that looks very nice as well. Really brings out the sculpt that they put on these guys, which is always something that I'm a fan of because, you know, they do such a nice job sculpting. Way as well show it off the best way, you know, possible. Now, in terms of scaling, we do want to get them next to the Zack Toys team. So here they are next to the McFarlane Dark Knight Returns Batman and the NECA King Kong. Here they are next to some 6-inch figures with the 6-inch Fortnite series Jazzwares Peely. And then 2 Marvel Legends that we want to get them next to, of course, are going to be Darwin and Zombie Cap. They're not in scale because, you know, they're 7-inch line. But I think the person that most people are going to want to see him with is the McFarlane All Might. And it just doesn't work, guys. Like, they really need to come back and redo All Might, like a whole new sculpt. He needs to be bigger and a better sculpt and just better paint. Like, this was wave 1, this is wave whatever, and it's just, you couldn't even tell that this is from the same line, to be honest with you. It's very upsetting that All Might, my favorite character in the show, other than Fat Gum or Tokoyami, is done so dirty. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but I would be very happy if they came back and did a new All Might. So some of you are out there probably asking, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of these figs? And I gotta say, guys, they are pretty damn good. It's just awesome to see how well the line has improved from wave 1. It's like night and day. I mean, just look at how shitty All Might is. And that was a long time ago at this point, but, you know, I would really like a new All Might. It just makes me want a new All Might more because these are so well done. The sculpt is good. Or the sculpt is great, the paint is nice, well, the colors are nice. I guess a lot of it's molded, but the colors are nice. The visor on Hawks, I didn't even, like, mention. I really like the clear visor. And the articulation is good enough, dude. Better accessories would be nice. I hate that they show that Hawks is supposed to come with his feather sword, but he doesn't. That bothers the shit out of me. But other than that, I'm a very big fan of these figures. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy with them. If I was to give them each a rating, I'm going to go ahead and give Overhaul, I'll give Overhaul a 9. He's very nice. I think a little bit more paint would have been nice. And I'll give Hawks an 8. Just because I hate that they didn't give him the feather. Like they said they would on the box. And a pair of fist hands would have been nice if we didn't get the feather. So, that's my 2 cents. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. But other than that, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there and I have a lot of fun. So I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let me know, guys. You copping? Picking them up? See you guys in the next one.